come on camera, turn it on. The algorithm likes when they see images. Um, what has been going on, brothers? How we doing? Mic check. Akil, how you doing?
Doing all right.
Beautiful. OC, how you doing?
Hey, I'm blessed. They're out in the stores right now, brother.
Beautiful, beautiful. And Cornell, man, what's going on with you, brother?
Doing well, doing well.
Okay, man. Well, look, man, before we get into any hardcore tips and tricks, I am absolutely excited and eager to share with you, brothers, man. I've been soaking energy and soaking information up like a doggone sponge, and I'm an open book. So let's talk. I mean, before we get into our wins, let's take it from the top. What marketplace type questions do you guys have so we can throw into the parking lot and endeavor to jump in and answer them?
Yeah, I had a few questions for the marketplace, Earl. Um, one was of course a business question I had, an experience question, or if anybody experienced this on a call. Um, when it actually comes to like our places that we have, when it comes to assigned parking. Okay, so when it comes to assigned parking, how do you deal with guests that park in the wrong spots if you have places that have assigned parking? And if neighbors complain about that, how do you guys deal with that? If any of you guys on the call experience that, how do you guys deal with that? And any of you guys parking in the wrong spot or the neighbor spot and they're complaining about it? That's one question. Another question I had also too is when it comes to duplication of listings and everything, how do you duplicate your listings down? Because I believe I noticed that that's not available anymore. Actually duplicating your listings, you actually looks like you have to do it everything manually. Like previously before, you could duplicate your captions, you could duplicate all your extra photos. Now it looks like you have to do it manually, one by one, to duplicate a listing. So you have to actually write out, copy and paste the captions, upload the photos all over again and not duplicate it. So I didn't know if anybody else had noticed that. So that was another question I had as well. And one last question I had too is also when I've been noticing actually for the past couple of weeks, a lot of guests, I don't know if you guys do this, some guests are booked for like a few weeks or a month, and then in the middle of their stay, they want to shorten their actual stay. Do you guys actually allow that, or how do you guys handle that? Because I know I've been running into a lot of that where people actually want to shorten their stay out of nowhere. And I know, it's your business that you have, and sometimes I say no, but just want to know how you guys handle that. And also with do you guys actually still do the whole house anymore? And that's all the questions I have. I know that was my fourth question, is that do you guys do the whole house? I never did the whole house, but do you guys do throw in the whole house along with the rooms anymore? You or anybody else on the call? So that's all my questions for the marketplace.
All right, Cornell. I'm not sure if you left any questions for anybody else, but let's see.
Cornell is question king. You know that.
For sure. What about you, Akil? You have any questions for the marketplace?
No questions at this time.
Okay. All right. Akil, by the way, man, I was supposed to get you that email and it lapsed. So blessings to you, brother, for being so patient. I'll get that out to you tonight.
All right, sounds good.
All right, beautiful, beautiful. OC, O to the C, man.
Hey, what's up, Earl? Hey,
What
the
kind
only
of
question I
questions
have
you
for the
got, brother?
marketplace, the only question I have for the marketplace tonight is on your downsizing when you're shutting your properties down,
Uh-huh.
what is your process for shutting down as far as reaching out to the landlord? What kind of notice do you give them? What and what's your process for, I know you move your stuff into a storage, but uh, I'm looking at options when I'm looking at one of my properties, so I'm trying to figure out what's your process and try to make it as smooth as possible. So if you can address that.
Okay. Yeah. So that's a great question. You're going to force me to look up a text that I can put on the screen that I've had success with as I've gone through that process of um, downsizing, clearing out overhead in order to be more profitable. So you're actually going to make me look up that text. And so in the meantime and in between time while I'm looking that up, let me, go ahead and share my screen so we can talk.
Hey, dope background too.
You like it?
Man, I
Uh,
like it.
my friend Chat GPT helped me with that.
Really? Oh, wow.
Oh boy, 4.0 is no,
Chat has,
oh yeah, 4.0 is no joke. Okay. So so we have a full house for marketplace questions, and let's begin. Okay. All right, so as is our tradition, now that we got the questions that we're gonna address on the deck, please and pretty please, it's been dog near a month, I believe. What is praise and progress report looking like for y'all brothers? Come on, step into this. What are y'all wins been looking like? Who would like to begin?
Let's see. My wins, really, let's see, my wins for the week. Been a lot of good wins actually, just with not even just with business, of course. Wins been good with business and occupancy, but wins has also been good with actually learning more stuff. Like I was saying, actually a few weeks ago, guys, I've been reading books, The Gap in the Game, and it really just been catching up on my reading. That's a real win. I've been really catching up on, and how knowledgeable actually is reading Audible and getting stuff read to you is such a win in itself because it expands your knowledge. So that's one of the wins I've been making a promise to myself that I've been actually doing, and that's under even education. That's a win right there. Fitness win is good. I've been getting my cardio in the morning and running more. And just to stay more consistent with the health regimen. Been going to the gym 4 times a week, 5 times a week. Been doing that. Family's been good, as always, health wise, by the grace of God. And just keeping faith. You know, faith is always good. Been praying in the morning, being consistent with that. So yeah, I've been having those good wins for the past couple of weeks.
Love it, man. Appreciate you getting us started. All right. Who would like to go next? Akil, OC, talk to us.
Okay, I can go
go
pretty
ahead, brother.
quick.
I'll yield to you.
What happened?
He's giving you the floor, brother.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Where do I start? So I'm gonna say some of my wins were financial has been good. Financial's been good. There has been some increase, which is good. I'll say for family, it's been good to be able to spend a little bit more time with family and being more intentional about that. Might have said that last time, but I'm continuing with that. And then
Amen.
as far as fitness, things have been going well with that. This is kind of related health slash fitness. I had this
Okay.
bad habit of skipping breakfast. I've been breaking that, so making sure I continue with that. And then let me see, am I missing anything? And then of course I actually going to be scheduled to attend church with grandma soon, so that's going to be interesting. So that's going to be another thing. So that's it.
Man, I know grandma is break dancing. I know she's break dancing. Oh man, that's a parent's prayer. That's a grandparent's prayer to bring their seed, their legacy to the Lord. So hopefully that'll be a good experience for you, brother.
Mhm.
Awesome, man. Awesome. All right, OC, man, talk to us about some wins, man.
Hey, man, just like the other brother said, of course, From a spiritual perspective, it's been just amazing. Um, you know, God's been dealing with me. Errol, you probably seen a lot of the stuff I've been putting out on the book
Yes.
is dealing with really judgment in the land. You know, so God's been really speaking specifically about the times that we're in, and it's just been giving me some really keen insight onto the times that we're in this, and the stuff we're seeing in the nation, which is just it's kind of consuming all of my mind right now. So that's
Mhm.
been amazing just to see. Scary kind of, but if you're with the Lord, so you got that confidence, you know.
Amen.
On another sense, there's been a shift with Diane's schedule. So, you know, she's normally away during the week. Like Earl and you and Yvonne helped us with this. That kind of shifted. Now we're back together during the week. She's still doing her Sunday thing, but she's back realigned now for the week. Another win from today, my daughter had foot surgery today, and it went amazing. So she's been
Mhm.
having a foot problem, and God blessed her with a good doctor that was able to kind of get to the bottom of that. And it seems to be that the surgery went very well. On a financial piece, the market's been crazy, like up and down, up and down.
Mm.
Looking at the investments and things we've been invested in, you know, it's just been the market's been really volatile, but
Mhm.
it's been a good opportunity if you understand the swings, and it's been a
Mhm.
good opportunity to take advantage of some of the lows that's been hitting the market and to really beef up on your stock portfolio. So that's been going good. So it's been some good things happening. Airbnb has still been slow. Of course, we're still in that quarter, but
Mhm.
we're in the first quarter now,
Mhm.
and things are starting to pick up. But I'm excited about it. But I'm still and trying to make a determination on what to do with this Hampton property.
Mm.
Um, and that's hopefully you can help me with, Earl. So that's my win.
Wonderful, man. I'm glad. I'm glad. Bless your heart, man. That conversation we had with you and Diane, man. I'm glad that is going in a way that is giving her what she needs in terms of your time, but also giving you what you need in terms of peace of mind. Because I know you want nothing but your wife to be successful in her schooling. So
Absolutely.
yeah, absolutely. So man, I have a bunch of stuff, don't know where to begin. I think I'm gonna begin with my children. So the byproduct of the detox that I've been on for the last 2 weeks, there's a book that I'm reading right now that my manifestation mentor put me onto. It's called Buddha Belly. So I've basically been on a 14-day detox. And one of the byproducts of the 14-day detox, as you guys can probably imagine, is I've taken off almost 20 pounds. And none of it's been muscle because I've continued to go to the gym during those 2 weeks. But it's a hard lift, living off of bone broth and living off of collagen and this week is when I got reintegrated to a whole food. So I got my plate set up where it's 75% raw vegetables, and then I get a protein. I'm still not doing the starch yet. I get a protein and I get a some sort of fat. But the reason it's been interesting is because my dreams have been lucid. Like one of the instructions I got was for me to have a journal and a pen of paper next to my bed and expect that you're not going to understand exactly every detail about the dream, but just write down the gist. And man, I've been having some significant insight into my children. into, helping them, giving them what they need. I have one child that is transitioning out of the military. He's relocating to another city, to another state. He wants to do amazing things, and I just want to give him the right guidance. I'm on another level. I have another son who is thinking about, doing the marriage thing, and I'm saying to him, well, I want your nothing but your happiness, but I need you to shift, and I need you to take on that leadership mantle. If you're gonna be the man of the house, I need you to lead the house. So it's been interesting going through that process. All good, but man, these dreams I'm having is just giving me so much insight. And I'm not sure if you guys, you might laugh at me, but my father, God bless his soul, he would have a dream book too. And he would be able to reference the dream book and get this, Akil. Every dream had an associated number, and he would go to the lottery, and this guy would actually win money in the lottery. God bless his heart. But that's how crazy dreams are, and so it's been very interesting. I already mentioned to you guys that my fitness has been through the roof. Um, the insight I'm getting is really allowing me to make some real bold moves in my faith. Like for example, I'm starting a mentoring group at my church, where once a month I'm bringing about 6 to 7 young adults. I'm inviting them into my home, and we're going to talk about financial literacy. You may or may not have heard me talk about this before, but my boys and I, when they were younger, we would spend 1 week in a month playing an investment game called Robert Kiyosaki's Cash Flow. Um, by way of the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, each one of you good brothers need to spend time with your family using that board game, because you will teach, just like OC was talking about the stock market. That board game not only breaks down real estate, but it also breaks down stocks. It also breaks down a bunch of, because the game has been revised now. All I can tell you is almost like Monopoly on steroids. It's not just a game, it's a mindset. So I'm doing that with my church members. And I'm expecting that it's going to create a ripple effect, and is actually going to set up the next major initiative I want to do at the church. I call it the Brothers Keepers Project. And in that project, I'm going to be making a sizable donation to the youth minister, to the youth ministry, so we can hire a full-time youth minister on my dime. So that's the goal, that's the vision.
That's
And
all.
likewise, with I don't know who said they were reading The Gap in the Game. I'm reading another book on Audible that I would highly recommend, and it's called Rocket Fuel. In fact, I'm going to put that book in our text thread. Go ahead and check it out. Every entrepreneur needs to put their head around this book, Rocket Fuel. All right,
Who's
but
the
that's,
author?
oh, absolutely. Yeah, the author's name is, wait for it. The author's name is, it's in my feed right here, right now. And that author is Gino, but I'm in my account right now. And I see that I got a couple credits I got to use at some point, sometime. But boom, I just put it in the text thread because I couldn't get there, couldn't pull it out fast enough. All right, so let me go to the text thread. So, yes,
Yeah, I see a
so
Gino Wickman or something like that. Yeah.
that's it. Yep, that's it. Beautiful. All right, and guess who recommended that book? OC
Duran.
Duran. 100 roads of income, 100 streams of income, and that's my final win is Lewis's girlfriend has agreed to come with us to Hawaii. So I bought her a ticket as well. So right now, I have myself, my wife. I know OC intends to go and his wife. But then my two sons are going, and my son's girlfriend is going. And OC, if you want to just take a minute and just articulate in a word or two the insights we got from going to the Millionaire Blueprint Conference in Hawaii, because I don't
Yeah,
think my brothers know.
yeah. Well, it was our first experience going to the million millionaire blueprint mindset blueprint conference out in Hawaii with a brother we're doing some investments with named Duran Bathe. And we didn't know what to expect when we went out there. Kind of went out there just with one expectation, and when we got there, it totally was a 10x. Simply because the Duran is good with not only is he a good businessman from an investment standpoint, but he's a good connector. He's a good connector, and to bring the level of people that he brought together in one room. I mean, how many people did you say? Hundreds, right? A couple of hundred, maybe.
Yeah, little less than 500 people.
Yeah, yeah. And to bring those people in the room, and everybody's entrepreneurs on some level or another. Some just getting started, some are gurus, and there was millionaires all around you. But the content of the details and the information that they put out was life changing. I mean, the we've heard from we even had the mayor there from Hawaii, that spoke and gave up some game. And we had people to talking about government contracts there. We had people talking about health and wellness there. We had people talking about um, how even Earl, what blew my mind was about the one about the poverty. How
Yeah.
remember that clip? I want you to share that out sometime when you get a chance. But um, that thing about the poverty and what we eat and how it relates to the poverty level, and I mean it was just amazing information. But while you were there in Hawaii, what we were able to do was connect with other entrepreneurs, and
Hmm.
those entrepreneurs were people that we would use in our future dealings. Earl's been on, some of them has been on the podcast already. Some
Hmm.
of us, we're talking about government contracts. We got point of contacts to reach out to those. So it's a wealth of information in the room. And it's just to our advantage to be around like minded individuals, and not just like minded individuals, but people at different levels. um, it was just a total win, to the point that before they can even advertise the tickets for the next year, we were already purchasing, Earl and I. And
Facts.
yeah, so
Facts.
we purchased our tickets before we even left for this year in June, and we're going back out to Hawaii. And if you have it within your schedule, and I wouldn't even say budget, because I'll say grab the money, get the money from somewhere, and get in the building, because it's going to be amazing and just life changing. So, a matter of fact, Earl, you want to share your recent win with them from just one connection out there?
Yeah. I mean, and I give all the love and all of the admiration for me having such a trust relationship with OC. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, my parents didn't have a spare 50K hanging out. in the back room. So it took some real energy and some real belief for me to maneuver and invest 50K in something that wasn't real tangible. So that investment into a multifamily property down in the DMV area.
No, not in DMV, up in the DFW area,
Okay,
Dallas Fort
DFW,
Worth area.
Dallas Fort. Thank you for the correction. That is paying me out because they just sold it. I was in the deal less than 6 months, mind you, and I'm getting a 30% return. Y'all hear me?
I hear you.
Do the
Yep.
math.
You're not gonna get that in any other market.
Yeah, man, do the math. And so and beyond the investment opportunity, I'm just gonna put it, as blunt as I can. I heard this saying by Denzel Washington. If you hang out at the barbershop long enough, even if you ain't got no money, hang out long enough, you're gonna get a haircut.
And you're gonna get a cut.
My point is this: if you hang around successful people who are doing big things, even if you don't have all of the natural talents or the natural connections, by virtue of the law of attraction, things just start happening for you. And I'm going to say this: success is not on accident; it's by design. So
That's great.
if you gotta create a budget, if you gotta create a calendar so that you can put yourself in a room with other movers and shakers, let's execute. Let's get it done. Everybody needs to really take heed on some of the game that's coming through our network. In fact, this same brother, Duran Bethea, is going to be on our Level Up podcast this Saturday.
Oh, you got them again?
Come on, man. I got to move fast, brother. I got to move fast.
Oh man, this is an opportunity.
So that being said, I am super excited to put that information out in our chat. It'll probably come out this weekend where you can go out and get registered. And don't let me woo, it's gonna be big stuff happening.
Hey Earl, we need to talk about accommodations. I know you got a whole group going.
Yeah,
So
no,
we need to still link up.
we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Absolutely. Any comments, any questions, any connections on any of the wins, man? I'm sorry I took up so much time, man, but man, I'm just bubbling over with excitement, enthusiasm, and possibilities. And I hope y'all catch whatever I got because I'm burning up. I am burning up. Big things are getting ready to pop off.
Love it. Love
All right. So look, I'm gonna speak right to the pink elephant in the room. Occupancy sucks. It really does. Akil, this is a good time. This is a good time to have all your places booked up with the long-term rentals
Okay.
because the short term is really difficult. It is really difficult, but there's some plays that I'm putting in place that are actually making a difference. Okay. And
Okay.
I'm going to speak directly to the biggest play that you can have is not duplicating the listing. The biggest play that you can do is simply, especially the way we do our room accommodations, is going ahead and listing your room accommodations on a space like Facebook Marketplace, on a space like Craigslist. Because what you can do is you can get off-platform bookings and you can make those bookings for 2, 3, or 4 months depending on what kind of discount you want to give them. So let's be clear. I'm not telling you that we're leaving Airbnb. What I'm telling you is the shorter the stay, the more they pay. That only works during a high season. Because we're in the low season, we got to be smart. We got to be resourceful. So locking a person up for 2 to 3 months in a room rental where they're actually signing a lease, giving you a security deposit, even if your place is less than 50% or less than 75% occupied, even if you can get somewhere between 50 and 75, that's better than the short-term rental drought that many of us are currently in. Now, at some point in time, you will hear McCray talk about some moves that I'm making where I'm in a market where there's no low season at all. I ain't there yet. So let me pause. How would that look for you, OC? How would that look for you, Cornell, in order to address your occupancy issue?
Yeah, my occupancy right now is like about it's hovering right around maybe like 75%, somewhere like that, around the 70 something percent. So occupancy has been slowing down a little bit because of the season. But I just like what we were saying about the long term with Facebook, that's a good play. Also a good play is I'm getting some people off of Furnish Finder. We talked about before.
Yep.
I had actually converted a few people over from Furnish Finder over to my listings a few weeks ago. So I converted like 2 people over that stayed for like a month and a half, 2 months. So that's good. Just simply conversate with them, and shoot them a link over to them. And surprisingly, they actually came onto the platform and actually did a long time stay. So, but definitely utilizing Furnish Finder is a good tool to for slow season anyway. That's what I've been utilizing, and also with Furnish Finder, I found out too with the slow.
Cornell, did I hear you right? So you had an Airbnb lead and you converted them to a Furnish Finder lead? Is that what you said?
Well, I had a Furnish Finder lead, and I converted it to an Airbnb guest. So I actually sent over my link to them, and they actually booked through my link right on Airbnb on the platform.
Okay.
All 2 people. So that was amazing. And what I noticed about Furnish Finder too is that you have to go back and Furnish Finder and always update your calendar availability to
Yes, you
actually get
do.
it seen. I didn't know that at first. So, sometimes you have your calendar available, let's say January 30th, and then when a few days go by and it's February now, you have to go back in there and update your calendar for it to be seen in, I guess, the Furnish Finder's algorithm. So I learned that. And that can give you more leads that you can actually try to convert over to simply, right over to Airbnb platform, or just have them stay right off a platform, like you were saying, giving them a lease, and because usually people Furnish Finder want to stay a few months long anyway. So that's what I'm about Furnish Finder, but that's a good tool to actually use towards the slow season. You
Right.
know, now, when it comes to other platforms, I don't know if you guys use Verbo. I never used it, or there's another one called other one where they can stay for a few hours or so. But I never utilized those before, and I heard Booking.com is terrible.
Terrible.
Right. Right.
Terrible.
Terrible.
So there is a workaround for Booking.com that I'm workshopping now. I'm actually going to look at a platform called Hosty, and what Hosty does is it allows you to have a parent listing, if you will, and it will project that parent listing to all of the platforms: Booking.com, Expedia, VRBO, and Airbnb. All right, but wait for it. It's really designed for whole house bookings. Room
Okay.
bookings is not really their thing.
Okay. I don't know if you guys have been utilizing Peerspace lately, or I thought about that, but I didn't know how that worked or anything.
I
Well, that's
almost
one
got
of the
a
ones you're talking about
yeah.
with your hour bookings. They're the ones that you can use for that type of booking.
Oh,
If you
you
wanted
can
to get,
is it any way that you can connect your calendar to Peerspace or anything?
I'm not sure, Cornell. It seemed like it would be, but Earl, have you connected Peerspace with other platforms, with the
I
Airbnb
think
platform?
so. I think you can connect your Airbnb platform with almost any other platform. You just have to import the link. Um, Probably if you remind me next call, I can actually go in and actually show you how to do that. If not, we could definitely, you have my one-on-one calendar, get on the calendar and I can walk you through it. But there is a way.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So occupancy sounds pretty doggone good. 75%
Yeah, that's pretty
is
good.
nothing to sneeze about. And for you, OC, your occupancy has
Yeah,
been
mine is below 25. We got a couple of bookings now. Well, we had two bookings going on. One is checking out on February, and I got a booking today for 30 days or 28 days. So looking forward to that one. I had another young lady she's a local, but we kind of vetted her real good, her and her daughter, and they're supposed to be booking for a month or two. So I probably got a couple of long-term bookings coming up, but it's been a very slow fourth quarter and it's been a good start of the season. I've had a couple of bookings. It's picking up. So
hmm
as the days go by, we get more and more bookings. I guess because contracts are back at operations now, people are
hmm
traveling again after the holidays. So we're expecting it to continue on through the second and second quarter. Um, but it's been very slow, very slow season. A pocket
So
drenching.
so you're spot on. You're spot on. And if you do any I think beyond Cornell and I, um, at least on this call, um, many of you guys haven't really bought the data that Price Labs provides. But Price Lab basically shows in most markets, after you get past the January season, there's a steady uptick in the demand. So, guys, we did it. We got through January. So expect good things to happen moving forward. All right.
Yeah,
So, all right. So I think we're gonna come off of screen share and just jump into these questions. Jump into these questions. Very good questions, by the way. They're very good questions. And that being said, without getting into any particular spot, whole house. So the whole house bookings was mentioned, modifying the bookings were mentioned, duplicating listings were mentioned, assigning parking spots, and downsizing from a rental arbitrage agreement. I want to start with talking about the downsizing aspect. Okay. So as many of you guys know, this was my best year in the business because 6 months ago, I cut cold turkey all of my rental arbitrage properties, even the ones that were producing, even the ones that they were showing me, really good revenue. I mean, the spot that was my pride and joy was I picture this a a 7-bedroom place with a studio apartment in the basement and 6 bedrooms and nothing but stone, beautiful hardwood floors. And this property probably was in an area, where the places, the properties around it was 2x the value. And the guy just liked me, but he would not transition out of the rental arbitrage model. He wouldn't do it. And as much as I love the place, I let it go. So here's what the rental arbitrage model does. It locks you in when you have a good season. Yeah, you sometimes are making 2x, 3x the rent. That's true. But in a low season, you may not even be making the rent. So what just happened? All the profits that you had piled up from the summer are being paid back to the landlord. Now, for the landlord, it's a good deal because that's guaranteed dollars. But for you and me, we're getting in this as entrepreneurs so that we can have as many income streams as possible with the thought that we want to create generational wealth. Can't do that in a low season. So the way we approached it is we went back to all of our rentals and went to the landlords, and we basically had some language, which I will put in the text thread. But the language is pretty straightforward. It was, hey, we appreciate the working relationship that we've had over the last year, 2 years. However, our business strategy has shifted. We are now only doing co-hosting, where you and I will continue marketing to corporate housing tenants, as well as others who may be coming to the area on business. And we will share the upside. So what does that upside normally look like? I have some clients that I'm at 15%. I'm at some clients that I'm at 30%. I have one client that I'm doing a whole lot of work. I'm at 35%. So it depends on the property, it depends on the work. But at the end of the day, I had a property, as an example, I only had one booking this week. That was for the month, one booking. So 35% of that, and let me put that in context. The dollars from that booking minus any expenses that are coming out. Now, mind you, we're responsible for the traffic. That being said, we're not taking care of the RG&E, which is the utilities. We're not taking care of the Wi-Fi. We're not taking care of the, what other expenses can you guys think of?
Water bill?
We're not taking care of the water bill. What else?
What else?
Terminator.
We're not taking care of the exterminator.
Yeah.
What else?
Did you go through all the utilities, cable?
We're not doing any of the cables.
None of that.
All right. Nope.
Lawn care?
We're not doing none of that. Nope. That's all on the homeowner.
Let me ask you a question. Are you purchasing the re-ups?
So in our original agreement, we said that for the first 90 days, okay, for the first 90 days, they're responsible for all of paper products. After that 90-day cycle, the paper products will be purchased from a portion of the profits that are generated during the short-term stays. You see how we're really leveraging that?
Okay.
That being said, what that means for me is that even though January was crazy bad for us here in Rochester, and so was January. Me and mine, we're not upside down like we were 2022 and 2023. Like there was some months that was like my W-2 was paying for my And my wife wasn't happy about it. But she stayed the course with me because I said, we'll figure this out. So, OC, I will give you that language. I'll shoot it to you.
Okay.
The truth of the matter is, I know your situation already. They're probably not going to be interested unless you can give a percentage to the property manager.
Yeah, they're not. They're not. We've already had the conversation.
Yeah. So, so the truth is, because you know that this is on a downward kind of cycle, um, it's really as straightforward as, hey, 30 days out or 60 days out, I'm going to be transitioning, and I'm going to be returning the property in the exact form that I received it.
Gotcha.
So I'll give you some language, but it's really that self-explanatory.
Okay, all right, and great. And you removed, just for clarity, you removed all your locks from your doors and replaced the door with the original locks and everything, right?
I gave him the opportunity to purchase them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. And for him, he said, "Well, why not?" Yeah, I didn't really want to go through the
Of course, that's what I'm thinking too.
yeah, I didn't want to go through the aggravation, because really, quite honestly, the locks that I used 3 years ago, the locks that I'll purchase today, totally night and day different.
Oh, really?
I mean,
Mhm.
so I'm managing one place right now. All of the locks are Wi-Fi enabled. They're all smartphone enabled, and I like the system. You know, new person
Nice.
leaves, another person comes. He uses the last 4 digits of their phone number, and he just randomizes the earlier digits. So
Okay.
it's a really time efficient way of doing it.
Sounds
Okay,
good.
so yeah. All right.
Oh,
So
let me ask one last question. Did you ever negotiate a sale of your furniture?
I have.
Oh, how did
Yeah,
that
I
work
did.
out for you?
It was good. Less for me to put in storage.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, was it to the landlord?
It was actually to a person that he had coming in behind me.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks for the marketplace.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. So whole house bookings. Here's the play, ladies and gentlemen. Ain't no easy way to say this, but Brother Earl was bamboozled. I was led astray. I was deceived. I thought there was more money in rooms than there was in the whole house. And that is not true. But there's a time and season for the rooms, and there's a time and season for the whole house. Let me explain. During your low season, you're only going to get traction on your house on the off weekend. Whereas if you take a person off the Airbnb platform and do the room rentals, you can have consistent money coming through even during the low season. But as soon as your low season ends, and you got to know your market. Like, for example, I know my market ends in April. My low season ends in April. I'm going to start ramping up the whole house 30 days after April. So, which means that I'm going to have one or two places that I'm going to continue to position those room rentals in. But all my other properties, they're going to be whole house bookings. Why? Because my average daily rate, I can get more. I can get more. And this is a really interesting way of thinking about it. Say you have a place that you want to pick up, because I'm always thinking expansion. Say you have a place that you want to pick up, and say that place has a rent rate of $3,000 a month, as an example. So $3,000 a month. What we want to think about is, what would the rent rate have to be in order to make $3,000 in the first 10 days? What's the math on that, y'all?
$300.
$300. So here's the thought, right? So if you can find a property and you can go to Airbnb and it'll show you where the average nightly rate is $400, $450, because you really want to take 80% of whatever that number is, because 20% is going to go to cleaning. So say we did 80% of 450. All right, that would bring me close to $300. So that basically means this: if I had a nightly rate, and you're not going to do that with a room, y'all, but you will do that with a whole house. Are you guys picking up what I'm dropping?
Tracking.
Yeah,
So if you can pick up a place with an average nightly rate of 450, take 80% of that, that's going to be a minimum of $300 nightly rate. The landlord makes their money in the first 10 days of that month. You make your money in the next 5 days of the month, and you never have to worry about having more than 50% occupancy. Does that make sense?
Yep, for a whole house, yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Mhm.
The numbers don't work when you do rooms. They don't work. But rooms have a place in the formula. So in the big scheme of it all, if you have a market where you have a steady demand, only do room. Excuse me. You can be diversified. Don't get me wrong, but the majority of your portfolio should be whole house. Now, if you have a market like ours, that's kind of seasonal, half of the year, your play should be rooms. The other half of the year, your play should be whole house. Did that make sense?
Makes sense. Mhm.
Yep.
Okay. So you're gonna do a hybrid. You're gonna do a mixture.
Yep, using price lags, using
Mhm.
using that to do a mixture.
Yep.
Actually,
And I gotta tell you, my Facebook marketing feed is popping. I gotta vet a little bit harder. It's not automated. I want to put it out there. I work harder in the low season than I ever do in the high season, because nothing is automated during the low season. I gotta vet people. I gotta do walkthroughs. I gotta have people do background checks. I gotta treat them like a traditional landlord. But I'm a big boy. I can handle it. You guys
All
tracking?
right.
All right. All right.
Like an entrepreneur over there.
Yeah. It's gotta happen. All right. So we're at the top of the hour, and I do want to talk about the last two things that I have on the list. Modifying the booking. That's a great question. Great question. OC, how would you answer the question?
Give me the full question.
Give us the backstory of Cornell.
about modifying the booking. Yeah, we have certain guests. I know I had a few of them for the past couple of weeks that actually will come and book and want to stay for like a month and a half. So when they stay, I would say probably like a week and a half in, 2 weeks, they want to shorten their stay and say, hey, something came up. I need to check out this day, which is earlier than their original day. A few of the people have done that already. So when they do that, I don't know if if I should usually accept that, because usually when you accept it, it kind of messes up your calendar. It kind of it kind of throws your calendar off, because it can mess your occupancy up as well, because you want these certain guests to stay their full duration of their stay. And then a lot of them are shorten their stay and they want a refund of the days that they're not spending. But hey, like we're saying, we're entrepreneurs. This is a business that we're running. So it's like some people, I've been lately saying, no, you can't actually do that. And they've been actually contacting support saying that they want to do it, they want to shorten their stay, but they want a refund. And I'm like, well, why would you give them a refund if you expect them to stay or
Right.
stay? So I don't know what you guys do in that situation, because I know I've been turning them away and saying, hey, you can check out early, but you won't get your refund back. And then,
Okay.
sometimes they leave a bad review. But, just like I said, this is a business. So you want them to actually, if they got to leave early, yeah, they can, but you actually want to still keep keep their money that they have from the stay, because it inconveniences your calendar. So that was the
Let me
question.
ask you one question. Let me ask you one question, Cornell. What are you basing your decision on?
I'm just basing my decision really on how long they've been staying. So I know I had one guest stay for like 2 weeks out of that month and a half, and I was like, well, 2 weeks in, I'm like, you can leave early, but you're not going to get a full refund or partial refund, because you're inconveniencing my calendar if you leave. And then
Right.
if
So
they
so
leave,
let me pause you for a minute right there. Why did you make that decision? Based on what?
just based on basically just
Let me
saying
let me help you out here for a minute, because I know Earl is at the top of the hour, but
yep.
your policies are set up
Mhm.
in Airbnb, and if you're talking about an Airbnb thing, we
Yep.
set those policies up, and we set them up strict, non-refundable. That's me.
Mhm.
Strict, non-refundable. Now I do hold the right to make a decision based on what the story is. However, from a business perspective, they've held my calendar. They've locked up that room for a while, and nobody's been able to book that room. So 2 weeks in, you got a problem and you want to back out of your month stay, you can back out. Sure, if you got to go, you got to go, but it's a non-refundable situation. Now, if they
Yep.
got a family emergency, something like that, now I'm not gonna go back there and ask them to give me the funeral arrangements or whatever the situation may be. But I mean, you got to be able to make that judgment call yourself.
Mhm.
By just like we vet them in, you vet them out. You know,
Okay.
and make a business decision and stick by it. But I let my policy do the speaking for me. If I got it in there, that is the norm, and I let them know up front when they let me know that, hey, it looks like we're gonna be out of here early. I say, you do understand that this is a non-refundable stay, and they can cry, scream, whatever they want to do, but Airbnb will stick, customer support will stick by your policy that you set up. So if you set it up that way, they're gonna honor it. Am I right about that, Earl?
Point blank, period. Well said. Stick a fork in it.
Okay. Yeah, well said.
Yep.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's simple.
It's that simple. It's that simple. But yeah, so we're at the top of the hour. Was two other questions we're just gonna table until our next session. But beyond that, man, I just want you guys to keep grinding, man. Keep pushing, keep setting goals,
Thank you,
and
brother.
keep it, your hand in God's hand, and let's get to our happy place together.
Amen. Hey, Earl, can you go ahead and you said you're gonna drop the link for Cornell and what's the other brother's name in here? I'm sorry.
Akil.
Akil, yeah.
I'm sorry, Akio. I'm sorry, brother.
Yeah,
But drop the link to the Millionaire Mindset Blueprint Conference so that they
I
can
sure
get it.
will.
And if you got a video or something that you could do a flashback of last conference, I don't know. I don't have that, but you may have it.
Oh, I have it.
Send them that to take out. And I figured you would. Send them that
I
so they
have.
can get a peek at what went down, and then
Okay.
hopefully you brothers can join us.
All right. All right. Take care, brothers. I will talk to you guys later. Be blessed, but more importantly,
Be a blessing.
Awesome.
all right. Take care, guys.
All right.
God bless.
All right. Take care.